You come into the world inside a flat, 1-meter wide nest of rotting grass, looking less like a bird and more like a feathered anomaly. Your main asset is an enormous 24-centimeter beak with a sharp, downward curving hook at the end, shaped like a heavy wooden shoe. Welcome to the marshes of East Africa. This is not a cozy childhood. It's a high-stakes biological filter with a zero-tolerance policy for weakness. Congratulations, you have a younger brother. Don't get attached. Your parents only have resources to feed one chick, but they lay 2 eggs as an insurance policy against embryo mortality. Your first life lesson: sibling rivalry here is an active elimination game. While your parents are out foraging for up to 5 hours, you don't play. You look at your smaller brother. By day 10, you use your heavy beak to systematically bite and bruise him, driving him out of the nest into the scorching 40-degree African sun. When your parents return, they notice the hierarchy and immediately stop wasting nutrients on the weaker chick. In this habitat, natural selection doesn't reward second place. By week 3, your brother is terminated by dehydration. Your parents aren't mad. They simply shift 100% of the food resources to you. Over the next 3 months, you undergo a rapid metabolic transformation, consuming up to 1 kilogram of regurgitated fish every day. Your downy white feathers gradually give way to a dense slate-gray plumage, while your leg bones elongate to withstand the deep swamp mud. By day 100, you finally take your first clumsy flight, leaving the nest forever to transition from a dependent chick into a solitary hunter. Now you grow into a massive, 5-foot-tall predator with a 2-meter wingspan and a terrifying, unblinking stare caused by a unique nictitating membrane. Your hunting strategy relies entirely on ambush. You spend up to 90% of your day completely motionless in the vegetation, waiting for marbled lungfish, Senegal bichirs, water snakes, or baby Nile crocodiles to make a spatial error. You look like a broken animatronic, but your sensory system is perfectly tracking hydrostatic vibrations through the mud. When a 50-centimeter lungfish finally surfaces for air, you launch a tactical behavior called collapse. You don't just bite. You throw your entire 6-kilogram body weight forward, falling face first into the swamp to crush the prey against the substrate. Your bill acts like a high-pressure hydraulic clamp, while the sharp edges slice through thick fish scales like a machete. After a successful strike, you use your beak to decapitate the prey, separating the meat from the thick mud. You swallow the meal whole, reset your posture, and wait. It is a slow, monotonous, but highly effective lifestyle that has kept your species unchanged for millions of years. By year 3, your plumage turns blue-gray, signaling sexual maturity. Your dating app is your own respiratory tract. To attract a female, you perform bill clattering, slamming your jaws together at a high frequency while inflating a vascular sac in your throat. This generates a loud, hollow, rhythmic sound that echoes through the wetlands at over 100 decibels, sounding exactly like a heavy machine gun firing in slow motion. If a female accepts the acoustic performance, you form a monogamous partnership for the season. You build a new nest, incubate 2 eggs for 30 days, and watch your own firstborn downsize the family. During peak noon heat, you fly to open water, scoop it up in your massive beak, and puke it over the eggs to keep them below the critical thermal limit of 38 degrees, realizing exactly why your parents looked so detached. Years pass. You survived apex predators, avian parasites, and the brutal swamp hierarchy. But around year 30, a new environmental factor enters your lands. Anthropogenic pressure destroys the wetlands. Humans drain the swamps for agricultural development, causing a critical drop in the lungfish population. One evening, your biological battery runs out of voltage. A heavy metabolic fatigue settles into your nervous system. Your brain doesn't understand abstract mortality, but it registers that your physical organs are failing. You find a quiet patch of papyrus reeds, your heart rate drops to a minimum, and your body system closes down. You complete your journey in a self-imposed, deeply dignified quarantine. But here is the scientific plot twist you will never know. Decades later, ecologists studying your shrinking population discover that your violent hunting style is a major ecological driver. Your habit of plunging face first into the mud actively dredges the swamp floor. This process oxygenates stagnant water layers and clears choked pathways, allowing the very fish you hunt to multiply and survive the dry season. Even in your most selfish, violent moments, you weren't a monster. You were the keystone engineer keeping the entire East African ecosystem alive.